You are now watching I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times!
What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this video a like. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you're a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. Now, as I'm sure you are all well aware by now, but if you're not well aware, the Scream 6 official plot synopsis has been released, and believe me, we have a lot to talk about. So without wasting any more time, let's get into the plot synopsis. Now, I will say real quickly that I know Adam Benz from Screen Rants dropped a whole article talking about this. I'm not going to get into the entire article in its entirety because it just basically tells you everything that the synopsis tells you. But I will say that I do agree with him with a comment that he made when it references and pertains to the Samantha Carpenter character. So, without further ado, let's get to the Scream 6 plot synopsis and let's see what direction Scream 6 is going to be taking us. As the survivors of the recent attack in Woodsboro travel to New York City for college, Tara, our final girl, begins to experience manic psychological breakdowns while seeing the ghosts of past killers. Meanwhile, her sister Sam attempts to manipulate her by pretending to be Ghostface, but when their plan goes wrong, 3 new mass killers appear on the scene, leaving the question of who will survive and who will be the final victim left to be answered. Okay, so obviously we have a lot to unpack here, so let's get to the unpacking. First and foremost, the confirmation that we are getting 3 Ghostface killers in Scream 6. I feel like this is something that we all in the community kind of did a good job of breaking down, especially in the trailers and stuff, with the 3 different Ghostface masks that you see placed here behind me. This is amazing. This is something that the fan base has wanted for some time now. You know, more than 2 Ghostface killers, a possible cult of Ghostface killers. Now, will we find out in Scream 7 that maybe whoever the Ghostface killers in Scream 7 are, do they have anything to do with these Ghostface killers in Scream 6? Remains to be seen. Will it be a full-on cult? Maybe, maybe not. But the fact that we get one more Ghostface killer than the norm shows that Radio Silence is definitely trying to get different within the franchise, and we can all be grateful for that. Now, another thing that I think we should take into account as well when it comes to these 3 Ghostface killers is the fact that will there be any new cast members that will be revealed underneath the mask? Now, I have stated this in previous videos that I don't believe so. I believe for the first time in the franchise's history, we are going to be getting 3 Ghostface killers that were in previous sequels that we thought may have died that didn't die, and that will be explained and revealed in Scream 6. Another thing that I want to say as well is that I also believe that one of these Ghostface killers will still make it to Scream 7 and will not be revealed in Scream 6. This is another thing we talked about in the community. Now, I do think that it will not be the Ghostface who's wearing the old worn out Ghostface mask. As you can see, Samantha is holding that mask, what we can assume to be one of the final, the final acts of the movie, or the actual ending of the movie. We see her holding that old worn out Ghostface mask, so you can assume that whoever's underneath that mask will not make it to Scream 7. However, that still leaves 2 other Ghostface killers on the board that could make it to Scream 7. So definitely really exciting. Definitely going to be, anxious to see how this is all going to play out with 3 Ghostface killers running around in Scream 6, especially in a setting like New York City. Now, let's move on to the Tara Carpenter character. Now, if you have watched my videos from, when this channel started, that you know for a fact that I've been on the Tara Carpenter train in terms of her being the real final girl in this new iteration of Scream from Radio Silence. I said the way that she was positioned, the way that her sister's character, Samantha Carpenter's character, was positioned, that Tara Carpenter was positioned as the new Sidney Prescott. And the reason why is because much like Sidney Prescott was attacked because of Maureen Prescott's secrets, Samantha Carpenter's secrets is the reason why Tara Carpenter was attacked in Scream 5. So once I saw that in Scream 5, and just given the overall performance of Jenna Ortega's character, I was like, yeah, she is, and she definitely should be and could be the final girl going forward in the franchise, especially if Radio Silence wanted to continue doing more Scream movies in the future after Scream 7. Now, another thing to take into account with this final girl confirmation of Tara from, Scream 5 leading into Scream 6, does that mean she will be our final girl leading into Scream 7? Maybe, maybe not. It's up in the air. It's 50-50. I think that we should definitely be talking about that because, as I've stated in previous videos, and as a lot of us have stated in the community, we don't know for sure if Jenna Ortega's character is either going to live, be revealed as Ghostface, and be killed off that way, or if she is going to be a final girl. And the reason why is because Jenna Ortega has blown up in the industry, and given what we've seen with Neve Campbell, they may not be able to afford her price tag going forward. So it's definitely going to be very interesting to see if Tara Carpenter does remain the final girl going into Scream 7. Another thing to obviously take into account here with this plot synopsis in terms of her character is the fact that she is going to be dealing with manic psychological breakdowns where she sees past Ghostface killers. Now, before we really get into it, I want to say that is very interesting because what if, and this is a quick theory, what if these past Ghostface killers that Tara is envisioning is the Ghostface killers that show up in Scream 6? Something to keep in mind. But obviously, what this is an homage to Samantha Carpenter's character in Scream 5, because we've seen Samantha Carpenter's character kind of go through the same thing. She was having visions of her father, Billy Loomis, OG Ghostface killer. She was having these same type of visions. So it's very interesting that they're going with this direction in terms of the Tara Carpenter character, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. Young woman attacked like that, almost on the brink of death. You can almost imagine that she is going to have some trauma. And I will say that the trauma side of Scream 6, I do think that it will mirror David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy, even just a tiny little bit. I definitely think that we already know how much this franchise honors and homages Halloween, so that's definitely not surprising in terms of, kind of stealing a page from Halloween, David Gordon Green's trilogy, in terms of showcasing the trauma and showing what it does to you. Now, obviously, let's move on to the Samantha Carpenter character of this plot synopsis. It is revealed that Samantha will be manipulating Tara by wearing the Ghostface costume. Now, Adam Benz goes on to say this in a Screen Rant article, that a lot of people have, been thinking that Samantha is a Ghostface, and with this plot synopsis, that's only adding more fuel to the fire. Well, as somebody who believes she is a mastermind Ghostface, I'm here to tell you that I don't think the plot synopsis tells you exactly that she is going to be Ghostface. You know what I mean? I don't think that it tells you that at all. And I'm in agreement with Adam when he says the reason why she's dressing up as Ghostface is for Tara to have a coping mechanism, something to get over that fear of, Ghostface returning, for her to try to get it out of her mind. We know for a fact that in therapy and psychology, there is certain tactics, certain extreme tactics that is used, to get somebody to get over their fears. So this is definitely an interesting development, especially given how fresh and how, the timeline isn't really, the same amount of time has passed from Scream 5 that's, we're getting in Scream 6. It's only been a year. So it's definitely interesting that they're going in that direction in terms of the Samantha Carpenter character, and that's what she's going to be choosing to do, is dress up as Ghostface, to try to help Tara out. Now, in my opinion, there's two ways you can take this manipulating Tara statement here in the synopsis. You can take it as Samantha trying to manipulate Tara in terms of, she's trying to manipulate Tara's mind and dress up as Ghostface to make Tara believe that Ghostface is no longer real. You know what I mean? Because obviously when Sam takes off the mask, it's like, hey, it's me, I'm your sister, etc. like that. That's the positive way you can take this whole, manipulating Tara with the Ghostface costume. Or you could take it in a negative way. This is Sam manipulating Tara, trying to get her to believe that Ghostface doesn't exist. You know what I mean? But subsequently, when Ghostface does pop back up, it'll make it seem like it's all in Tara's head, like she's going crazy, so on and so forth. So I definitely think you can play both sides of the whole manipulating Tara factor in this plot synopsis that seems to be happening for the Samantha Carpenter character. Now, another thing before we head out in this video that I want to touch on, what is very, very interesting, is it says that basically this coping mechanism that they are doing, Samantha and Tara, it obviously doesn't work, and it implies that this is the reason why these 3 new ghost faces show up. Why that is interesting is because in the trailer they imply that basically somebody is following Samantha, like, you know what I mean, like basically whoever's doing this, you know, knows her secrets, knows maybe other secrets, and they followed her from Woodsboro to New York. But here in the plot synopsis, it implies that this coping mechanism of Sam dressing up as Ghostface is actually what draws these 3 Ghostface killers in. So that is definitely an interesting development, and it's something, as more details come out, and I'm sure a second trailer will come out, something, you know, to keep an eye out for, you know, in terms of story, especially when we watch the movie, to see if it does actually play out that way. Nonetheless, definitely a lot of great details coming from the Scream 6 plot synopsis. I'm sure we are all excited for this movie to come out on March 10th. I know I already will have my ticket reserved. I am super excited for this, and I'm excited to see how this story unfolds in Scream 6, and to see if we will get 3 Ghostface killers from the past, which would be another first in the franchise. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think about the Scream 6 plot synopsis. How do you guys feel about the reveal of 3 Ghostface killers? As well as let me know your thoughts and theories on this Samantha Carpenter and the Tara Carpenter plot synopsis for Scream 6. Let me know what you guys think. You know I always love to hear from you guys and engage and have these conversations with you. Once again, this is I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.